Right everyone, day 10, and it is actually 10 AM. Ironically, or just gone 10 AM. Just had a great night here, pitch right on the riverbank. So this is now the kind of the last stretch really to the ferry. So I'm leaving Luxembourg. I'm around the Wilts area in Luxembourg. So if you look at the map, you'll see I'm perfectly within riding distance of Rotterdam, which is where I'm picking up the ferry. With it being an evening ferry as well, I don't have to be there till, well, check-in doesn't open till 4 PM. So I've got plenty of time. So I'm just gonna make up a bit of mileage in the morning and then stop for some lunch somewhere, maybe, see how I feel. And then I might just come off the highways, the motorways, and just take the local roads for the last stretch. Depends on time really, because I mean, with these things, you know, you could hit a road closure or a traffic jam or something like that, and that just burns through your time. But ideally I want to be at the boat for check-in, so I don't feel harassed, you know, trying to strap the bike down and get all the kit sorted for the overnight. If you've not been to Luxembourg on your bike before, it's a nice country to visit. I stayed in Luxembourg City a few trips ago, a while back, and that was brilliant. The roads here are lovely, as you can see. Scenery's beautiful. People are dead nice. What I find is a lot of Dutch people come here for their holidays, particularly on the motorbike. I was chatting to two lads yesterday, and they were saying that basically they're here for the weekend and they just smash out 2 hours on the motorway from where they live in Holland, and they're here. So, you know, it's ideal for them. Like, I think a lot of people, they just see Luxembourg as a place to transit through, you know, to get to, I don't know, Strasbourg, ready to set themselves up to getting into the mountains or something like that. But I reckon if you spend a couple of days riding around Luxembourg, then it'll change your mind. You won't see it as just a transit through point. You'll see it as an actual destination. I spent a few days here on another trip and staying at that campsite actually, and it was really good. Here we go, literally just out the gate, and first road closure. So what I did this morning was I obviously packed up the tent, packed the bike up, had a shower, and then went and got breakfast, got right into my motorbike kit so I could put everything away. And then basically I had like it was a ham and cheese toastie that they made me, and then they give you like a vat of coffee. So I'm absolutely wired now. I've not changed the battery or the memory card since yesterday on either of these cameras, so that's something I need to pull in and check actually. But I just wanted to capture these roads to let you have a feel for what they're like. Right, change of plan. I found somewhere that I'm going to go to just to break up the day basically. So I've just pulled in here just to get a bit of water. Something flew into my helmet before and it's flying around inside, so I need to take it off and let it out. Just going to sit down and have a break for 5 or 10 minutes and then carry on. Could do with a wee, but there's none. There's nothing here. I'll just go piss in the bush. Some Oreos there. Some water. And then that'll be me for 5 or 10 minutes. And then we'll carry on. Go sit here in the shade. It's 30 degrees again today, so it's quite a warm one like. Just before I came here, something flew into my helmet. And I was like, oh bloody hell. And I could feel it still wiggling around on my head. Obviously took my lid off here, checked it. It was a bloody wasp, wasn't it? And it was pointy end down as well onto my skull, so I was fortunate not to be stung. I don't do very well on bee stings or wasp stings. Not because of the pain or anything like that. A sting is a sting. It's just, I don't know, for some reason my body seems to go a bit weird on it. Nothing serious like anaphylactic shock or anything daft like that, but just go a bit woozy. Feel a bit better now, I've cooled down a bit. So what I'm doing is basically I'm going to stop at the Lion's Mound, which I think is a monument for the Waterloo battle, and it's only because it's about midway between where I started and where I need to end up. And I just thought, well, if I can join that with maybe a lunch stop or something like that, or even just, you know, grab a drink, then it just breaks up the day a bit, doesn't it, you know? So we're about half an hour away now from there, and then after that I'm just going to take a bit of a checkpoint and see if I have to stay on the motorways to carry on, or if I can get onto the minor roads and see what I want to do. I don't mind using motorway all the way through Belgium, that doesn't bother me in the slightest, you know, it's just one of them. I've got to make up the mileage a little bit because I took that extra night in Annecy, which was well worth it, it's not a complaint, but obviously that gives me less travel to head back home, or to at least head back to the ferry. So I'm not really bothered. I mean, this is just, it is what it is really at the end of the day. And also when I get to the UK side, I've only got 2 hours to ride to get home. If I was doing Calais, I'd have, you're looking at 5 or 6 hours to get home, and that, to be honest with you, that puts a different spin on how you look at things when you're coming home. You know, if I was doing Calais to Folkestone on the train, I wouldn't want to do a long day this side of the channel. I'd want to do a short day here because I know I've got a long day in the UK. Whereas here I'm not bothered. So 2 hours is nothing really. I know I can do 1,000 miles in 24 hours. So, well, in under 24 hours. So the mileage doesn't really faze me that much these days, you know. You've tested yourself in all weathers, in all shitty conditions, so you know if needs must you can do it. So it's nice to have that in your back pocket really. Right, I'm going to press on, and then yeah, 27 minutes, 23 miles, so we'll see what it's like when we get there. I don't know if it's going to be locked up or what. What I'd ideally like to do is get the drone up and just take some shots of it, and then maybe have a coffee there and then shoot off. In fact, coffee might not be a good idea because I had pretty much all of that coffee canteen to myself this morning and I'm still wired to so another coffee on top, Jesus, that might not be the best idea, but we'll see what it's like when we get there. I've never been, so again it's another place where it's not planned, it's not pre-planned, and just winging it. I just thought, oh, that looks interesting, so I'll go and have a look. See you in a bit. Right, so I'm here at the monument for the Battle of Waterloo. Again, it's somewhere I've just not been before, and It seems to be about midway between the campsite I left in Luxembourg and Rotterdam port. So I just thought, you know what, I'll take the opportunity to go and have a look. It's currently 1:30. It's going to take about 2 hours 20 to get to the port from here. I'm still wired from that carafe of coffee that I had to myself this morning. And I've just had the drone now just to take a few shots of the monument. The thing is though, the drone was up, and I don't like flying the drone too high in places where I'm not familiar with. I'm glad I did, because I think there must be an airfield over that way behind the monument, and it seems to be flying planes, and they're doing circles of the monument, I guess, so people can pay to see it from the sky. So I'm glad I didn't fly it too high. I kept the drone roughly level with the monument itself, so there's absolutely no way of plane crashing into the drone and causing any issues for the pilots. You know, if they're that low, then they're in serious shit, because they're more likely to crash into the monument itself than the drone. So they were 300-400, maybe 500 metres higher than what I was, probably a lot more to be fair. And I hear a lot of shouting coming from the base of the monument here, and there's some French flags waving, and a lot of people gathered around it, and I think what they're doing is a presentation or a demonstration of some description of the infantry, of the redcoats and the French. So yeah, there's some kind of actors in full dress. Looks pretty good actually. If I had a bit more time, I'd probably stick around and have a proper look around, maybe even walk to the top. I don't really want to do that though. I'm in a motorcycle kit, it's 30 degrees now, and it's right in the sun as well, so it's not like there's any shade. Well, I'm saying that though, I was still on a tree. There's no shade on the monument itself. I'll just spin it around and show you the monument. Whoopla! Just let a round off in my direction as well. Cheeky bloody French. So there's the monument there. Big lion on top of the cenotaph. It's really nice, but I don't know what that panorama is. Maybe that's a viewing area. I'm not sure. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop and have a drink here at Wellington, and then I'm gonna use their toilet and then carry on. While I'm stopped having a drink, I'm gonna have a look at routes. Try and maybe stay off the motorways a little bit now. Purely depends on the timing. Ideally, I just want to get to the ship, get on board, and then chill out in the cabin for a little bit before I go get something to eat. Have a nice shower as well. Although I hope the hot water's working in the cabin this time. So it's nice here. There's a few more historical areas that you can visit around here, as you would expect, seeing as it was like, you know, the place for one of the biggest battles since God knows when. Oh well, I'll try and show you this. They're getting people to march. Can you see that in the background there? So they're still going to about turn. They're doing alright, to be fair. Completely out of step. But little kids there. Oh, it's good fun for the kids, isn't it? And they learn something as well, which is the main thing, really. Fair play to the guys dressed up, because that kit will be bloody hot, especially if it's the proper stuff made out of wool. That'll be hot in this weather. French flag. When it comes to places like this, I always find myself thinking, what if the outcome of Waterloo was different, you know? Would Napoleon have gone on to invade and conquer the UK? You know, like what would have happened if flaming Hitler won the Second World War? It's mad, isn't it? It's mad to think about these things. Right, I'm going to go get a drink. I need the toilet as well. It's the downside of having a carafe of coffee to yourself. And then I'm going to, have a drink, cool off for a little bit. I think the bike's alright where it is. I don't think I need to lock it up. And then we'll head off. I'll look for routes and I'll update you later. See you in a bit. Just one last look at the monument before we go. Bosh. It's impressive, isn't it? I think the view from the top would be absolutely amazing. But I did it the cheeky way and used the drone instead of my own legs. Engine's cooled down. Must have loved the shade under that tree. Going backwards on gravel on a fully loaded GSA down a hill is not what I enjoy doing. So we'll stop there a bit longer than I was planning to, but it was a really nice stop that actually. I wasn't going to eat, I was just going to have a drink, but actually when the food was coming out it looked really nice, so I decided to partake. I know I've got no willpower, I know that. So chicken Caesar salad and an orange Fanta and a jug of water, and I'm away. I checked the routes as well. It was either 4.5 hours taking the minor roads or 2 and a bit hours taking the motorway, and it's now 2:30, so I've decided to take the motorway instead. Right, 2 hours. Let's have it. Let's get there. Check-in opens at 1600 hours. Really, I want to beat the queues as well, because basically I don't want to be stood around inching my bike forward at passport control in this heat. So I shall see you on the ferry, unless something happens between now and then.
full breakfast is being served in the kitchen, buffet and restaurant on deck 8 and also in the brasserie on deck 9.
Morning everyone, day 11, so this is the last day and it's not really a full day, it's about a 2-hour ride, so let's go grab some breakfast and then let's have a look round on the deck and then go from there. I think it's this way. Right, let's go get some brekkie. Gone for a full breakfast on this occasion, thought I'd get my money's worth on the way home. It's another really busy ship today. It's a queue to get in and everything. So we'll eat this, maybe have another coffee, and then we'll head up on deck and have a look at the port coming in. Then I've got to run back to the room and get ready into all my clobber. There's a 45-minute delay to get off the boat, so there's no rush really. Right, so we're in the River Humber now, heading into Hull Port. Need to get changed into my motorcycle kit, ready for the off. There's a 45-minute delay disembarking this boat. They sent an email the other day actually while I was away, something to do with the port. They're doing work on the port or something which is slowing the disembarkation down. They said there could be delays of up to 45 minutes. I've got a 2-hour ride on the other side, so I'm not too fussed. If it was longer than that, I'd be a bit pissed off. But there's nothing you can do about it really. So this is coming into Hull now. I'm trying to work out what that thing is in the distance there. It's got a red bottom. And then it's got like some kind of spirally structure on top of it. I don't know what it is, so. No more red port left in the bottle. Right, I'm going to head back to the room now, get changed, and then pack away and get ready basically. So, see you in a bit. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. I'm very close to home now, so I'm going to sign off. I hope you enjoyed the video series. There's plenty more content on the channel, all relating to motorcycle touring and camping. So if you're into that kind of stuff, then maybe drop a couple of likes on the videos you watch, leave some comments, let me know how you are, and maybe subscribe. Enjoy your riding, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye everyone.